Damon Dash went from sweeping the floors of a local barbershop and selling newspapers to buy sneakers to launching the careers of Jay-Z and Kanye West and becoming one of the wealthiest men in hip-hop. Dash learned the hustle from the example of his mother, who died of an asthma attack when he was 15 years old. He served as Jay-Z's former manager and business partner at Roc-A-Fella Records, and in 1999, he organized a tour for Jay-Z which made $19 million.
Need motivation?
Watch the top 10 with Believe Nation.
What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. I believe in you, and this channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine. So let's get your motivation to a 10. Here's my take on Damon Dash's Top 10 Rules to Success, Volume 5. Also, if you want to know what Dame Dash and other successful entrepreneurs have to say about building unstoppable confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series, where every day for the next 254 days, I will send you a morning video for free to help you build your confidence. The link to join is in the description below.
You know, and the one thing you have to really never do is compare yourself to other people.
Absolutely.
That's the one thing you can't do is judge your success to someone else's.
Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Do what makes you happy.
It's all about effort and what you can visualize in your mind. You know, if you can't think it can happen, and if you don't have confidence that it's gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. So if you doubt yourself, like, you know, I box, or at least I used to, I'm not getting in the ring unless I know I'm gonna win, or else I already lost. And I look at everything I do like that. I'm winning, and there is nothing.
It's a mental game too.
It's 100%. Everything is about perspective and what you consider a win. You know, some people think they're winning because other people think they're winning, even though they don't feel good about what they're doing. They're like, oh, you think I'm winning, so that must mean I'm winning. But I feel like that's not winning. You know, you have to know what makes you happy, what you consider a win. Not everybody's win is the same. You know what I'm saying? But people like to fit in with their W's, but not me. I know what my W's are.
Rule number 2, be the boss.
The reason why people take jobs is because they got to pay their bills.
When you say be a boss or be independent, everybody should be an entrepreneur.
Everyone has an apartment, right? You're the boss in your apartment, right? No matter what, no matter how little it is, whether it's a big house or a little house, that space right there, you're the boss. Right. That's what your business is. That's what your life is. You create the space so you can control it. You control your environment, but you have to architect that. You want to live in a house, build it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna give it to you. But once you get in that house, I don't care if the president or whoever it is, anyway, he walk in my house, Obama, you still got to listen to me in this house. People think it's safe to have a job, but if somebody could fire you, how is that safe?
Right.
Period. Like, you got to be nice to somebody. If they don't like you, they can fire you. And the people that can fire you don't be owning this shit either. They be supervisors. So then it becomes like political. There's no politics when you're the boss. It's my way or no way.
Yeah, because I believe that. You see that at any point, no matter how much you contribute, that whole thing can be taken away at any particular time.
Right.
So how does somebody then go and just make that shift to
the same shit they're doing for somebody else, do it for yourself. Right. If you're a paid editor, edit your own movie. You're a paid writer, write your own magazine. You know, it's like the thing is nobody ever gave me anything. No one gave me no record deal. I had to do it myself. Right. So imagine if I would have waited for a deal for Jay-Z, there'd be no Jay-Z, there'd be no Kanye, there'd be no Lee Daniels, there'd be no Kevin Hart, there'd be no Rachel Roy. Right. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Right. None of them, I had to build all that. Like, no one's gonna hire me to direct. You know what I mean? No one's gonna hire me to be the CEO of a company. I made the company, I'm the CEO of it, period.
Rule number 3, believe in yourself.
What I find is a lot of people are really insecure about themselves. They don't think they're as interesting as they are. So many people be so quick to make money off other people's experience. I'm like, yo, but you got your own. Like, what's the purpose of that? It makes no sense.
Say that again, yeah.
And that's what I had to do. That's what you had to do.
Right.
Once we started to believe in ourselves, we work a little harder, but you end up reaping all the benefits on it on your own terms. And it feels 100% good, and you can control the people you around, and it makes the most sense.
Rule number 4, love the game.
I wanted to capitalize off everything I thought I was the best at. So I thought I was the best at dressing. I didn't think nobody could dance better than me, so I thought I knew hit records. I knew I had the best, most authentic experiences, so I knew I'd make the best movies. And I just wanted to do all those things. But in hindsight, I just like to do shit because I like to do shit. It's fun. I'm really creative. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just like to be artistic freely. And, you know, it's like, I don't know. I just like doing shit. I just thought, you know, I'm having so much fun. And, you know, when you get success relatively young, it's like, you know, you get settled, but then you're going to get bored. So, you know, I was a mogul when I was in my 20s. So I was like, I want to go do fashion. I want to run around the world. Everything I see or hear about, I want to see it personally. I want to live it. I want to know it. I want to touch it.
Rule number 5, invest in yourself.
So looking back at that, how do you feel about Roc-A-Fella today? Is it the same attitude that...
I think it's a shame it doesn't exist anymore. You know, I think the way that it dissolved was kind of selfish, but I ain't gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? But it would have been nice to see everybody doing well as opposed to one person. And that's the way I wanted Roc-A-Fella. I made it, you know, I believe in the circle of success where everybody gets rich. I don't want to make employees, I want to make bosses.
Yeah, it's more of a family enterprise.
Well, it was, you know, but then it turned out to be one person stayed rich and everyone else had to work for him. And that's not how I looked at Roc-A-Fella. And what I realized is I need to make and invest in things that I could pass to my family. So I had to invest more in myself as opposed to investing in other people, because not everybody has the same ideology as me. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody, you know, looks at things the same way. So, you know, I should have probably paid a little more attention in making assets that I own as opposed to making other people. Because my thing was I was putting people in power so that they could put us in power. But every time I put somebody in power, they would shut the door and they just wanted all the power.
You know, people get hungry as soon as they get...
It's just human nature. It's how men are. It's the testosterone in them. That's why I also surround myself more with women, because women don't tend to be so jealous.
Do you think that's more of an exclusively male thing then?
I think
females aren't as like hungry when they get in that position?
I think males are so supremely insecure that they turn into clowns.
Rule number 6, don't cut corners.
A lot of people will cheat and try to cut corners, but I don't consider that a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know the game I'm playing and I sign on to it, that's the only way I want to win at it. I don't want to cheat to get there, because then I didn't win at my game. I actually lost.
You actually lost.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm not going to play your game. I only play my own.
You only cheat when you don't fully believe in your abilities in the first place.
Yeah, it's overcompensation.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But then that's like a different kind of win. You know, you're playing a different game.
Rule number 7, dream bigger.
You know, I have bigger dreams than trying to be getting a salary from some company. You know, I need to own something, and I need a legacy. You know, like the Dashes are going to be, I already know it. We're going to be like the Kennedys and the Vanderbilt. You know, we're going to be an upstanding family. That's what I wanted to build. And that's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. I wanted it easy for my kids, and I want it easy for my kids' kids. And that's all I'm doing right now. We're just making sure that the company can run when I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? Family and company. That's what you know, it has to be able to sustain.
Rule number 8, don't operate out of fear.
Everybody says they want to be the boss, but people be scared to be the boss. Yeah. Most people are scared to put up their own money. Most people are scared to tell people to work when they don't want to. Most people are scared to even ask for their money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I see people that are uncomfortable about asking about their own business. Like asking for change, you know what I'm saying? Or asking how much do you get paid, or when am I gonna get paid, or where's my money? I have never felt uncomfortable about asking for my bread. Yeah. And I've never understood people that were uncomfortable for asking for their bread. Right. And I really don't understand people that are offended by you asking for your bread. Right. You know, you ask somebody for their money and they're like, what you asking? Like, I'm not supposed to ask for my money. I'm not supposed to ask about my money. Like, the money and the business, there should be no emotion with asking about it, because it's business. There should be no fear. You should never be ashamed to ask for your change, ever. You know, or to scrutinize a bill.
Rule number 9, stay ahead of the curve.
After my daughters were born, I shut down everything I was doing. I invested all my money at Rachel Roy, and then I just opened up art galleries where creative people could come and coexist and make things happen without compromise the quality of living. Yeah. So I opened up DD 172, which was a 10,000 square foot gallery in the most expensive real estate in Manhattan, in Tribeca. And, you know, I had people like Mos Def and Jay Electronica and Wiz Khalifa and Currency, and it just goes on. Rock and Roll, the Black Keys, you know, Holy Ghost, Erykah Badu, all performing. I had an internet television station called Creative Control. This was in 2009.
So you were ahead of the curve on that stuff.
I'm always ahead of the curve. You want to know the future, just ask me.
And rule number 10, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is attack your bucket list.
We have chapters in our life.
Yes.
You know, the cool shit about the way I approach things is I always have like an ill bucket list. You know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of things that I want to do in my life, and eventually I know I'm going to do it. Okay. So young, I wanted to hustle. I got that off my bucket list quick. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a music mogul, off my bucket list. I wanted to be a fashion mogul, off my bucket list. I wanted to sell oil, off my bucket list. I wanted to have art galleries, off my bucket list. And the things that were like on my bucket list were things like I'd be like Even though you saw it in the book. One day I'm gonna do a diabetes network. I'm gonna do something that's just about diabetes. I did it.
Yeah.
It's off my bucket list. You understand what I'm saying? One of the things on my bucket list is to own a football team. One of my things on my bucket list is to have a network, you know, a real channel, to have a hotel. So there's always like a chapter in my life where I attack that bucket list. One of the things on our bucket list is to grow land. You understand what I'm saying? And to be able to have a farm. And I was trying to grow cotton and make the clothes from the cotton and be completely vertical.
Yeah, right.
That's what we were trying to do in North Carolina.
Tell me what influenced you to be the genius that you are today.
Well, like in like 91, around the 90s, early 80s, you know, crack came out and it made a lot of young people without bills have money in their pocket, you know, and they were like, you became like a young version of a man. And, you know, I got burnt out because I always wanted to have the nicest clothes and the nicest car. And, you know, on Linux, everyone was getting it, you know, and that was normal. You know, it wasn't normal to not be getting money. You know what I'm saying? It was like, if you wasn't getting money, you was weird. You know what I'm saying? You was like, you know, lame.
So you learned to hustle early.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And in that, you know, unconsciously, you know, you're marketing. So like, if you're putting a color on your drug, you know, on your cap, that's branding. And you'll fight because you don't want anybody to ever compromise your brand and pretend that they're you and they give bad work, you know, and then you have to have, that's when problems happen. So you fight with all you got so that your brand and the integrity of your brand is always maintained. And there's a lot of competition. So you got to be outside, you know. And once you hit the street and you're dealing with stick-up kids and the police, and you're dealing with math, you know, the thing about like drugs is the prices go up and down every day like stocks.
Right.
It's like that. And then you have to, you know,
compensate.
You have to spend your money as an independent, and then you put all your money in the street. You got cash flow, you collect your money, it doubles, then you go buy more, you might keep a little, you know, and so on and so forth. So once you understand the principles of flipping, because that's what it's called, and also you're in a position where like there aren't the police and people trying to kill you over it, you know, things become relatively easy. You know what I'm saying? But the ability to hustle and get money, that definitely happened on Linux.
Raise your standard.
Apple at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.